What can you tell? I need a new job.
Listen, I don't mean to be a boomer or anything like that. I'm all about having fun, but I can't imagine being doused with cold water every time I came on to record one of these recaps. I would say let's leave Hazel May alone. Anyways, what's going on, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. Things got spicy in the White Sox versus Yankees game yesterday. Tim Anderson exposed. I'm going to put that in air quotations because it's kind of a 50-50 split. People on the side of Tim Anderson, people on the side of Josh Donaldson. We'll kind of break it down in a moment. Justin Verlander might be having his best season ever at 39 years old, and Mike Trout became the first player ever to accomplish this stat line. And because I am just a good and gracious Fuzzy, if you want to save any money going to baseball games or concerts, head on over to SeatGeek. Save yourself 20 bucks off using code Fuzzy. All right, let's just get this Yankees game out the way because IKF, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, he singles home a run, and then possibly the luckiest grand slam ever happened. That is a home run in 29 out of 30 ballparks, so 1 of 30. Legit, just Yankee Stadium. A scuffle breaks out later between Yasmani Grandal. He was chatting that ish to Josh Donaldson, and I'll give Donaldson some credit. In the moment, he wasn't really talking back. He kind of was like, I'm trying to defuse the situation, and kind of hell broke loose. Nestor had 7 more strikeouts, but did allow 3 earned runs, and Clay Holmes, he is looking like prime, I mean, this might be blasphemous to say, but he's looking like Mariano Rivera in terms of just pure dominance. 21 consecutive scoreless innings. But after the game, this is where things got extra spicy. Tim Anderson came out and said that Josh Donaldson referred to him as Jackie, and then Josh Donaldson was like, yo, I know I called you that, but I've called you that the last few years because back in 2019, Tim Anderson himself called himself Jackie. So here's all the clips, and you guys have to let me know in the comment section down below, what do you make of the situation?
Baseball is, trying to call me Jackie Robinson. Like, what's up, Jackie? I don't play like that, and I don't really play at all.
2019, he came out with an interview, said that he's the new Jackie Robinson of baseball. He's going to bring back fun for the game, right? 2019, when I played for Atlanta, we actually joked about that. If something has changed from that, like, my meaning of that is not any term trying to be racist.
I want to make sure I got my team's back. There's no way that you're allowed to say something like that. It's just, like I said, unacceptable.
I'm going to go ahead and put up a tweet on the screen right now from my guy Keith McPherson. I feel like this tweet kind of summarizes the majority of the opinions after Josh Donaldson kind of provided some context, but then again, a lot of people are saying there's no context needed. You shouldn't refer to anyone as Jackie if you're... You know what I'm saying. Moving on over to the Diamondbacks and the Cubs game. If you were an Arizona fan, you probably turned this one off after the 3rd inning because it wasn't even close. Justin Steele leaves with 9 strikeouts and 5 scoreless innings for the Cubs, only allowed 1 base hit. He has a 1.8 ERA and nearly a 14 strikeouts per 9 in the month of May. So with all that being said, if I'm Justin, I'm throwing things in the dugout after seeing my bullpen blow it up like this. Alec Thomas has an RBI single. Pavin Smith has a bomb to cut it to a 2-run deficit. And okay, now it's just 1 because Jake McCarthy doubles, and now it's a tie game. Dalton Varsho clutches up not just once, but a second time in the 10th inning. He drives home 2 more before the Cubs turn it into a Little League home run. They throw it around, so even he scores. He now has 20 doubles and a 130 OPS plus on the season, and Melanson strikes out Seiya Suzuki. And I feel bad for Seiya because he started off so hot, but the league is starting to kind of figure him out, and the Diamondbacks, they just barely get past the Cubs 7-6. The Jays and the Reds, Hunter Green struck out Bo Bichette to win round 1, but Bo gets payback in the 4th. He was spammed, sliders below his knees in the first at-bat. He said, I'm going to remember that next time. So he gets a hold of that one, and aside from that, Hunter Green was great again. 1 earned run, and that was to Bo. He struck out 6. But Bo Bichette is heating up. I told you guys, do not let him get hot. He had a 2nd home run and all 3 RBIs on the day for the Jays. Alek Manoah was on the bump. He was taken out after 8 innings of 1 earned run ball. He only had 83 pitches. 83, and they take him out. I don't like that one bit, but I guess it worked out because Jordan Romano came in for the save and he struck out the side. So the Jays beat the Reds 3-1. The Mets and the Rockies, they had a doubleheader yesterday. Starlin Marte belts a laser beam 2-run shot after returning from an absence. He lost his grandmother, so rest in peace to Grandma Marte. Pat Mazeika has been a big surprise this year. He's showing up at random moments. He drives home 2 more, and that's right before McNeil, the flying squirrel, flies to make a catch in left field. Very squirrel-esque. Lindor grabs his 23rd RBI in the 6th, and that's all she wrote for game number 1. Moving on to game number 2, CJ Cron has been unstoppable since last year. year. That's 11 taters on the year. He might end up with a 40-100. That is 40 home runs and 100 RBIs. I think he's going to get there. Brian Serven, his first home run and hit come on the exact same swing, which is sick. I wish I could have done that, but you know, I'm not good at baseball. Sam Hilliard contributes with an RBI, and Brian Serven serves up another one that is 2 home runs in a single game. Ryan McMahon and then Grichuk as well as Rogers, they all follow up that bomb from Serven with a few RBI base hits. So the Mets and the Rockies split that doubleheader, but Chris Bryant is back, so maybe the Rockies can get on a little hot streak with him back in that lineup. The Padres and the Giants, Manny Machado might be having his best season since 15-16 when he had 2 consecutive seasons of 7+ WAR. I forgot he was that good back in the day. And look at this, the safety squeeze back in baseball for once. That was off of Carlos Rodon, and Joe Musgrove induces a massive double play in the 6th inning, and he was rightfully pumped up. He ends up tossing 7 shutout. He has easily been the best Padres starting pitcher. He lowers his ERA to 1.9, and then Taylor Rogers, he comes in for a chance at save number 16, and he converts that, so he ties a franchise record for the most saves through the first 40 games of the season. I don't know how the Boston Red Sox did this. So it's 5-0 Mariners, where Rafi Big Scoops, he was not going to have this. He hits a solo shot and then a 2-run moonshot later on. Bobby Dahlbeck, he's been struggling as well. He singles home one, and then Xander gets to third base, where the RBI machine, Trevor Story, muscles one to center for a game-tying sac fly, and then Christian Vasquez, he seals the deal with a single off the green monster, and Matt Barnes grabs his second save. That's really all we have to talk about. The Mariners absolutely imploded yesterday. Bryce Harper was back in the lineup finally. He is facing off against the Dodgers, just unfortunately didn't really do much yesterday, and that's because Mookie Betts has awoken. I'm so glad that I bought a bunch of his cards when they were down, because a lot of people are saying he's overrated. No. Aaron Nola has to find a way not to implode after 5-ish innings, because this happens often. He gets through 4 or 5, and then his arm seemingly falls off after the 5th. Mookie Betts doubles home a few more, so that's 3 RBIs and more on him. Do not leave. You have to see what he did. Will Smith ties it up in the 6th on an Oppo Taco, and Mookie shows off why he is one of the greatest defensive players in the history of baseball. He saves it with a double play. He catches it, fires to home. Odubel Herrera is actually pretty quick, and I don't think that was his fault. I think the third base coach sent him. LA immediately storms the castle in the 8th as Gavin Lux peppers one to right center, and the Dodgers score a few more on a wild pitch and an Austin Barnes home run. Craig Kimbrell, 9 saves. Good for him. The Braves and the Marlins, awful base running from Miami in the 4th cost them a chance at scoring, and William Contreras, he had 2 home runs, and both of them went the other way. We'll show the second one in just a second, because Kyle Wright delivered 5 innings of nothingness. He strikes out 6 along the way. Ozuna and Duvall single home 2 more, and again, like I mentioned, Contreras just does not want to pull the ball. That's true raw power. If you can hit it that easily to the opposite side for 2 home runs in a game, I mean, that's crazy. Kenley Jansen, he tried his best to give the game away, but he barely saves it. I'm going to put that in air quotations because he really didn't do his job, but he grabs save number 10. Matt Liberatore makes his debut, and it was all sunshine and daisies and rainbows at first, given the lead, but then Gamble scores on a wild pitch, and Yoshi Sasugo cuts the lead to 4-2. Tommy Edman delivers in the 4th with a clutch RBI single. But Fuzzy, it's the 4th inning. How could Tommy Edman delivering in the clutch happen in the 4th? Isn't that an 8th, 9th inning trait? Nah, it's because this happened. Corey Dickerson completely misplays this ball off the wall, allowing the speedster Brian Reynolds to come all the way around to score on an inside the park home run. Now again, that run became huge because the Cardinals won 5-4 after Hesley. He was slinging 100 all the 9th inning, and he saves it for his 2nd of the year. Adley Rutschman made his debut yesterday, but it was spoiled by the postseason legend and 2021 AL Rookie of the Year, Randy Arozarena. He smartly avoids the wall of death in left field. He goes to center left, but then he wants to flex them muscles. He demolishes this one over the new wall, and he pimps it as well. He's starting to get hot. So Bo Bichette and Randy, ooh, you better watch out if they actually can keep this up. Adley turns on the burners, though. He grabs his first big league hit, and I think they kind of blessed him with a triple because the right fielder, Brett Phillips, just could not handle the ball. I thought it was going to be a double with an error, but either way, that's cool. He joins Matt Wieters and Manny Machado as some of the highly touted top prospects to triple for their first ever hit. And I got to mention Kevin Kiermaier. 420 feet for his 5th home run. Stay hot, Mr. Kevin Kiermaier. The Twins and the Royals, Buxton kickstarts the game with a sac fly to right, and it's kind of funny that Witt thought he had a chance of throwing out the runner. Luis Arias is a hit machine, and he uses that skill to grab an RBI. Max Kepler and El Gary, they find some holes as well, and Gary, another RBI extra base hit. I know that Yankees fans don't miss his defense, but that offense can be special when right, and so far for the Twins, He's been right. Joe Ryan was great again, striking out 6 in just under 6 innings, and the Twins break it open with another Luis Arraez RBI, and Carlos Correa has a 2-run 2-bagger. The Astros and the Rangers. Kyle Tucker saves a JV. He uses that cannon of an arm to save a run from scoring, and Yordan Alvarez lets the ball travel. He pokes it the other way to score the speedy Jose Siri. Houston gets a big run in the 5th on a wild pitch from John Gray, and that's huge because Texas scores another after JV leaves. But speaking of JV, 6 shutout innings, 8 strikeouts, and no walks. Again, the guy is 39 years old and coming off Tommy John surgery, but a lot of guys have said that they throw harder after they get TMJ. So let me know in the comment section down below. The Houston Astros are 26-15. They don't have Lance McCullers. Are they the favorite in the American League, or is it the Angels? Is it the Yankees? Is it the Blue Jays? Is it the Twins? Let me know your favorite to win the AL pennant. We have the Brewers and the Nationals. Do we have the NL favorite? The Brewers are so good at literally everything. Andrew McCutchen barrels one up for an Oppo Taco. He has always feasted on lefties. And another known lefty killer, Hunter Renfroe, barely misses a home run. He settles for a sac fly. Luis Urias finally shows off that pop that he had a year ago, and Keston Hiura is trying his best to never be sent down ever again. Woodruff turns the Nats into pumpkins in October. He carves them up for 6 punch-outs over 6, and Josh Hader had a really easy day. He comes in for 1 single out and has given his 15th save on a silver platter. And again, are the Brewers to beat in the NL, or is it the Dodgers? Let me know. Last but not least, the Angels and the A's. A quiet game through the first 4 innings, and look at Luis Rengifo saying, I want to make some noise. That was a loud home run. Had to make Michael Lorenzen happy because Lorenzen yet again shoved 6 shutout innings. Ohtani ends up scoring later on a bases-loaded walk to Brandon Marsh, and then speed kills. The 30-year-old Mike Trout is top 2% in sprint speed, and on that one right there from Rengifo, that is his 1,000th career run. That is how many times he has touched home plate. So he is the first player ever with 1,000 runs, 300 home runs, and 200 stolen bases with a 1,000 OPS by the age of 30. Mike Trout is a one-of-one player, and he might actually win a Gold Glove this year. Now, real quick, I just want to mention that I didn't know Andrew Velasquez had it like that. A pimp job, Oppo Taco. Okay, I see you. And then Iggy strikes out 2 for his 9th save. So that's going to do it for today's recap. I wanted to shout out Carter and DeMarco for the super thanks love. I really appreciate the extra support. And 23 years ago today, Mark McGwire hit one to Big Mac land, the first time that ever happened. So he won 48,000 people a free Big Mac.
Runner going! There it goes! See you later! It's in Big Mac land. Cardinals lead 2-1.